today I'm going to be making you another weight loss recipe out of my newest cookbook to hit stores. It is not in stores yet, but is available for pre-order. Here's the new book. Isn't she pretty? And my publisher made this a hard copy, so I think that that's awesome. I love hard copies as a cookbook collector myself, so it's really exciting. I will put it below where you can go to pre-order. Otherwise, it will be in stores on July 9th. And lastly, my Homestead membership channel is live. It's $2.99 a month. That's where you get access to all of my life out on the homestead videos, my gardening, our off-grid living, comfort food recipes, all that is there. I will link it below for you guys. You can just follow that link right over to the membership page and read more about it. When I was on my own 70-pound weight loss journey, I made it my goal to enjoy the journey and enjoy the food. I didn't want to only be able to eat like kale and quinoa salads, and I really don't like the taste of quinoa anyway. So it was recipes like these that I developed to help me thoroughly enjoy my 70-pound weight loss journey, and I have now been maintaining it for years. Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to make the Asian-inspired vegetable pancakes. They're so good, guys. You do not want to miss out on this. And these are even better when they've been in the fridge all day or the next day and you just pop them on the pan to reheat them and crisp them up. They're even better. And for those of you that are subscribed to my newsletter, I will be sending out a few of the recipes that I'll be sharing each month from the cookbook, along with the video link, so you can have the recipe to look at as well as the video to see how easy it comes together. If you haven't already subscribed, you can go to my website. I will have that linked below, and you just go to the bottom of the page where you can subscribe to my newsletter. Okay, so first I'm going to show you how to make the dipping sauce. It's really simple, quick and easy. Today I'm going to use coconut aminos. You can also use low sodium soy sauce if you want. The coconut aminos is already sweetened and is obviously soy free. So I'm just going to add, let's call it a quarter cup. You can really do this to taste. I tend to do equal parts of soy sauce or coconut aminos to seasoned rice vinegar. If you don't like it that vinegary, start with, less than equal parts of the vinegar. Just like that. And now I'm gonna add just a spoonful of already minced garlic. I know some people get annoyed that I don't mince my own fresh garlic, but here we are. You can put as much as you want in. That's probably a tablespoon. We like a lot of garlic. Now I'm gonna add some of this minced ginger. I just find this in the Asian aisle at the grocery store, and that's probably a big teaspoon maybe. And then the last thing I'm gonna add is just like a quarter teaspoon of toasted sesame oil, because it gives it just a really rich Asian flavor. You can of course leave this out. It only adds like 10 calories, I think, if that. So I just add a little bit of that. It's just enough to give it that flavor, and mix it up and you're done. Super simple and delicious. Now, I don't add any maple syrup or sweetener to this because the coconut aminos are already sweet. So if you use low sodium soy sauce instead, you'll probably want to sweeten it a little bit with some maple syrup. All right, now we're gonna make the pancake batter. Okay, so the base of the batter is made from white rice flour. I haven't tried brown rice flour. I haven't tried any other flour. This is the only one I've tried. And tapioca flour or tapioca starch. It's the same thing, they're just sold under different names. But that is the base of this batter. All right, so you're gonna need 1.5 cups of the white rice flour. And now 3/4 of a cup of tapioca flour. Okay, so now we're gonna add 1/2 teaspoon of salt, onion powder, garlic powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric for color. You can of course add more salt if you want, but I find this is the perfect amount once you dip it in your sauce. Some onion powder, my garlic powder, I'm almost out. Garlic powder, and then just a little bit of turmeric gives it such a pretty color. Okay, so now I'm just gonna give this a whisk to mix everything up, and then we'll set it aside until we're ready to add the water. Okay, so now we're just gonna chop up our veggies, and then we're gonna get them into the batter and on the pan. Now, the recipe in my book calls for zucchini, and I am out of zucchini. So I'm just gonna use what I have in the fridge. And that's what I love about recipes like this. When you have just a little bit of leftover veggies, you can just put them all together and chop them up and toss them into these pancakes and it'll come out delicious. I would love some broccoli in here. If you don't like mushrooms, you can replace them with squash, zucchini, or eggplant. You can really put any vegetable that you enjoy into this. So now we're just gonna whisk in 1 3/4 cups of water. You can see it's turning yellow from the turmeric. So now that it's all whisked up, we're gonna add all the veggies and get it onto our hot pan. Okay, so today I'm gonna add about 1/2 cup of shredded carrot, 3/4 cup of green onions or 2 green onions. I've got probably 3/4 cup of bell pepper, 1/2 cup of sliced red onion, and 1.5 cups of thinly sliced mushrooms. And I can't forget the enormous amount of cilantro because cilantro is delicious and I think it pairs so well in here. So now we're just gonna mix it all in without making a mess, hopefully. There we go. See, I like it chock full of veggies, and before you pour, between pours into the pan, you want to mix it up because the rice flour tends to settle at the bottom. So just make sure and give it a nice mix before you add it to the pan. Ooh. All right, so I have my non-stick ceramic pan here and I'm gonna turn it on medium high. And I like to lightly spray my pan with just a little bit of this avocado spray. Now, if you're really confident that yours isn't gonna stick, then you can totally skip this step. Now that my pan is nice and hot, I'm gonna fill a 1 cup measuring cup with the filling and then we're gonna get it onto the pan and spread out. Here we go. And then we're gonna spread it out so it's in a single layer and you don't have like clumps of veggies. Just want it spread out like this. You know, I just take my finger or the back of a spoon and just kind of spread the veggies out. And you wanna let it cook for a couple minutes till it starts to brown on the bottom and isn't runny on top. And then flip it over and cook it for a few more minutes and then it's done. You want to make sure when you're spreading these out that there's no holes. So it's okay that they overlap a little bit. You don't want there to be any gaps in the batter. So you want it to be as solid, as flat as possible vegetable pancake. Okay, now I'm going to take my nice wide spatula and flip it over. And then I like to cut these into nice bite-sized pieces so they're easy to dip. And there you have it, guys. You can have half the recipe or 2 to 2.5 pancakes for 472 calories. These are so delicious and filling. It's so good. And like I said, guys, if you make them in the morning and you have leftovers and you decide you want to heat them up for dinner, they're even better and crispier. You just put them back in the pan. I don't spray the pan again. They don't stick once they're cooked. I just put them in the pan, crisp them up. You could even crisp them up in the air fryer and they're crunchy and delicious. I'm gonna make another batch right now for my kids to have tonight when they're all done with sports activities, and I'm gonna reheat them tonight and they're going to love them. So depending on how much vegetables you add to the batter will depend on whether or not it makes 4 to 5 pancakes. In my cookbook, it makes 4 pancakes for the amount of veggies I use, but today I added a lot of veggies, so I got 5 pancakes out of this. So just goes to show you when you add more of those non-starchy veggies, you can eat more for less calories and still lose weight. Now for the fun part, which is dipping and eating. It is so good. Those are fantastic. They're so good. You guys have to make these. All right, guys, that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed seeing another delicious, easy recipe that's full of non-starchy vegetables so you can eat more and weigh less. Really focusing on bringing in lots of those lower calorie dense foods helps you be able to eat the same volume of food, if not more, while creating a calorie deficit so that you can continue on your weight loss journey. Remember to keep this journey about health and not just about the skinny. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.